had the option of not coming back. You decided to come back for another year of college football. Just can you take us through that decision?
I had surgery in January, so I was trying to make sure I was healthy for the combine, but I wasn't as healthy as I should have been. So now I'm healthy now.
One of the things they talked about during last year was just, your maturation, as a player, as a leader, kind of, starting off at Ole Miss, then going to JUCO and kind of coming back. Just going into this last year, what do you take away just from your career here at Ole Miss, and kind of what's that next step?
Very exciting. Ole Miss taught me how to do a lot of things, be a man. He's one. JUCO definitely changed my attitude. I feel very confident and ready to play and face any challenge that we come across this season.
Having a spring now and kind of looking back and assessing, how has the defense you felt kind of taken to Golding and the new system he's trying to put in entering fall camp?
I feel like it just brings more confidence. Our attitude, once again, I feel like it's important for us to have, mutual attitudes towards this multiple schemes that Coach Golden has us running.
You talked about it a little bit in the bigger press conference, but talk to us about Jackson, what he brings to the team when it comes to leadership.
Mainly just making sure all of us, make sure we stay at 100% everything we do 100%, running wise, no matter if it's conditioning or lifting weights. He does a great job of that. Make sure you walk around and make sure that he keeps us on edge.
Do you think in this era of college football where, half a roster is different every year, there's so many new guys every season, especially here where Coach Kiffin really embraces the portal, is leadership more important, do you think, to kind of make bonds with some of those newer guys?
Definitely, I think that's a huge factor. You just gotta let them in and be like, it's brotherhood, man. You gotta, fun activities, do things with them on the weekends, make sure that, y'all stay close knit, no matter where they're from. Everybody have different backgrounds. You just gotta, it's a team thing.
Deantre, you mentioned Aiden in the bigger media room. So I don't know if he said it specifically, but his teammate Harrison Davis and Logan Ridgeland, they say they play with a lot of swag. Is that something that you see from Aiden when he's coming to Ole Miss?
Yeah, Aiden definitely has a lot of swag to him. I can't wait to see how he plays this season for sure.
Obviously, some new faces in the secondary, with Yadi's Amari Walton, John Saunders, and all that. Just kind of what stands out about every one of them. We feel like they kind of bring to the secondary.
It's crazy how they connect with us automatically. Like it don't even seem like they transferred. It seems like they've been there. So they big time guys. Can't wait to see what they do this season for us on this defense.
What do you kind of attribute, the end of last year, losing 4 of those last 5? What do you kind of attribute that to, and how much of a learning experience was it?
Me personally, I think we let one game, lose the rest of the games for us. So I feel like we gave up after that one game for the rest of the season, which is something that we worked on from January to now to make sure it never happens again.
Do you think that has to do a little bit of the culture of bringing in transfers and y'all not meshing yet, or?
No, I just think it comes from, when frustration hits you, some people become individuals, and instead of thinking for the team, they think for themselves. And that's just a lot of football players, honestly.
Kind of going off of that, do you feel like that was kind of set in motion about really one particular game, or just kind of overall just that stretch just from LSU or Alabama or so forth?
I think LSU was probably wasn't the game, but I feel like it knocked our confidence down. So when we play Alabama, after that game, it just knocked us all the way off the rail, and it derailed us.
You talked about how you working with the team to better that so that doesn't happen again this season. Is one of the the veteran leaders on the team, is those conversations that you're kind of heading for the defense, or who's really having those?
I try to do things by action. So like I was saying, with transfers coming in, all the transfers, I took all the transfers out before on the weekend, and we just do bonding things, as a defense, as a team, as a unit. And I feel like that's very important to have, brothers beside you every step of the way.
You touched on it there a little bit, maybe the LSU game, knocking the confidence, obviously the losing streak at the end of the season. Where is this team's confidence at right now as it heads into camp?
We're ready. We're super confident. Looking forward to playing and putting on the show.
I guess in the past few years, you talked about wanting to come to Ole Miss. You coming from Charleston, having cousin Johnny Brown who played at Ole Miss as well. Do you ever have any dialogue with him since?
Yeah, I talk to him almost every day. He probably texts me right now, saying how you doing with the interviews and all that. He makes sure he checks on me. That's my big brother, like a big brother to me, and he's always helped me throughout this journey.